Arizona's 54th legislative session wrapped up earlier this week, and you may not realize it, but about 1,300 bills were introduced this year. Out of those came some fairly quirky new laws. Spencer Blake explains why things like robots and marching bands came up in this year's session.
The legislative session ended a month late this year, and political consultant Stan Barnes says it was one of the most difficult sessions he's ever seen.
It had its own personality quirks. It had a very thin majority, and it had a lot of scar tissue.
But despite the difficulties, some pretty unique laws came out of all of it, like this one, which allows people who win at least $100,000 in the lottery to remain anonymous if they choose.
I think that's really cool, actually. I don't know why we didn't do that a long time ago. It seems to me to make sense. If you won $1 million, would you want anyone to know about it? I wouldn't.
And did you hear about the robot-like assistants down here? Electronic personal mobile carrying devices that carry your stuff on the sidewalk for you are now legal, but they don't count as motor vehicles. Barnes says this one may have started outside the State House.
That's where we get bills like this. That's where we get quirky bills. Come from constituents that have ideas. That's not a bad idea.
All right, now check this one out here. If you skipped out on filing a state tax return, there's now a statute of limitation, so to speak. After 7 years, the state cannot come after you for failing to file.
In someone's mind, it is fair to chase a taxpayer for back taxes only in a certain timeline. And after that, it's not fair anymore because memories fade, records get destroyed.
And while 1,300 introduced bills may sound like a lot to you, just remember this.
A lot of those bills are not new laws, but changing old laws or repealing old laws.
Just like House Bill 2454, which repealed an old statute that allows towns to levy a tax of up to $1 million a year to support a municipal band.
While it can be ugly and uncomfortable, and downright nasty, it ends up being the best process, yielding year after year about as good as we can get.
In Phoenix, Spencer Blake for Arizona's Family.